guys, I'm here. I'm pretty sure this is going to be nothing like the last DDLC mod I played. Because, well, the last one was made by some random guy I literally never heard of, who just randomly sent me a link to his DDLC mod through YouTube, which the link actually ended up in the spam folder. This, on the other hand, was made by the same guy that made Doki Doki Rain Clouds, which I still very well remember as being like the one true example of a try not to cry challenge on my channel. Believe me, it wasn't easy. What's his name? Okay, and again, I can only put in 10 letters. Sounds like a good idea. Oh, hey there, physicist. Why do I have to put like only 10 letters maximum? So yes, this is a DDLC mod that Sukadev was working on over the past month or two, if not longer than that. And this is Act 1 and Act 2 from Yuri's point of view. Yeah, just keep in mind, this is the same guy who made DDRC, which was Act 1, but if Sayori's point of view was like the one you saw. So this is Yuri speaking. And who drew Yuri's room? Why would anyone call me this early, especially on a school morning? I stretch in my bed and I reach for my cell phone. Mom? Yuri has a mother? I don't think there's going to be any voice acting in this one. Well, not from the game itself, anyway. I think I'd still do a better job than the freaking Siri voice that the Best Hack Original got to do in Monica's start. Yuri, how are you doing, sweetheart? Everything's fine. How about you? Still traveling? Yeah, work has been crazy lately. I barely had any time to rest, so she was traveling. We have text-to-speech. You should rest some more. You're slowly worsening your own health, you know. Alright, well, enough about me. I have a little surprise for you. A surprise? What do you mean? Your birthday is coming up next week, and we haven't seen each other in so long. Don't tell me. Will you be coming home? I am. Hey there, Rossi Gaming. We know you love your memes. Are you alright, Yuri? Yes, thank you so much. Of course, I would never miss your birthday. Let me guess, she's gonna miss Yuri's birthday anyway because fucking Monica. It's hard to keep in my happiness all to myself. This is the best birthday gift I could have ever received. Well, I think you have to go to school now, right? Yeah, school. He hung up before hearing me. I gently put my phone on my bed. Mom's coming home. I softly laugh. I can't wait. I grab my uniform from the closet and glance over at the clock. I still have some time left before I have to head out. Yes, this is the inside of Yuri's house. And I'm pretty sure not likely. I probably would have been too busy with everything else to even think of DDLC in the first place. And now here I am. I take some eggs from the fridge and turn on the stove. Nothing tastes better than eggs in the morning. Oh, that's right, I'm in the literature club now. That means I should bring in a book to read. I walk over to my bookshelf, it's so full. Maybe I should eventually sell some of these. No. That one. Portrait of Markov, right? Oh god. I hurry over to the stove. I had completely forgotten that I was cooking the eggs. No eggs for me then. I sigh. I throw out what's left of the eggs into the bin. I wasn't really that hungry anyway. I carefully place the book inside my school bag. I'm already excited to read it. And I can't wait to see the other girls too. No, really, where does Psychodev get all these CGs from? You really have to wonder where he got the CGs for Yuri's bedroom and living room. I just love the scenery. You're not the only one. I lock my door and I start walking down the street towards the school. I take slow and deep breaths as I make my way down the street. Everyone around me is happily chatting amongst themselves and wishfully gazing at the cherry trees. It makes me smile to see them all enjoying their time here. Suddenly I see a familiar figure in the distance. Natsuki? Natsuki, hi! Oh, there she is! Oh, Yuri, you're out early today! Seems like you are too, though. Of course, the thought of the literature club made me too excited to stay home any longer. It's always weird to see Natsuki so interested in the literature club. She only reads manga. Not that it bothers me, of course, but I still don't find manga to be adequate literature. I don't think it'd be that weird for that house tour. Natsuki blissfully looks around at all of her surroundings like she doesn't have a care in the world. We both love nature, so we always end up staying a little too long at the empty streets looking at the trees. I turn my head to see Natsuki staring at me. Is there something wrong? Well, it looks like you're in a good mood today. Is there any particular reason for that? Oh, that's right. My mother called me this morning. She'll be visiting me this weekend. That's great news. Do you think I could come by and say hi? I haven't seen her in so long. That would be great. I'll let you know when you can drop by. Thank you. Soon enough, they get to school, yada yada. It's a shame Natsuki and I aren't in the same class. I barely know anyone in mine, and I find myself to be slightly uncomfortable around other students. Everybody's already getting ready to go to work. I sit at my desk and I take my notebook out of my bag. When are we ever gonna get to see one of the teachers in one of these mods? Ooh, I'm Squidward, and I have to work for a living. Yes. I'm sure almost all of us have to work for a living. The sun is still shining. God, maybe I shouldn't have brought a coat? Well, it wasn't this hot in the morning. Huh? I look around me. Everybody's gone? Did I space out? I look at the clock. Classes have been over for 30 minutes? What was I thinking? I get up from my chair and I pack up my belongings. The others may already be waiting for me in the club room. Silence fills the corridors. That's a bit odd. The girls are usually talking and audibly having fun. Suddenly, I feel a little tap on my waist. Oh, Natsuki! What were you doing, you dummy? I've been searching for you everywhere. Think I spaced out during my class. Always the same, huh? Guess I can't really change that about you after all. Hey, that's mean. I'm just kidding, dummy. I still haven't found Sayori. Isn't she here already? That's weird. She's always the first one. I know, but I just can't seem to find her. She might be in another building, but I just don't feel like walking all the way over there. Let's just go in and relax for a bit, okay? Alright. I'm a bit worried about Sayori, though, being late to the club. As we enter, we're welcomed by Monica, who's looking out the window. She turns around to greet us. Oh, Yuri, hello. I was worried. You were a bit late. Oh, she was just lost in her thoughts as usual. Don't worry. I'm more worried about Sayori, though. I couldn't find her anywhere. Is that so? That's weird. I think I saw her enter the secondary building, but I'm not too sure. Why would she leave our building? Most likely to go and see Level Engine, I believe. His classes usually finish around this time. And she said she'd try to make him join the club, so... Sayori keeps talking about her childhood friend, but I've never met him. I wonder what type of person he is. Oh, so that's why. Well then, no need to worry. Let's all have fun and wait for Sayori and her friend. Oh, by the way. What is it? I made cupcakes! I told you I'd make some yesterday, so I spent my evening slaving away to produce these delicious treats. Cupcakes, let's just get past this. Before opening the book, I glance at Natsuki. She's already looking through the closet. She's probably looking for a manga to read. As I start reading Introduction, I hear the classroom door open. I jerk my head up and I see Sayori, followed by another person, enter the room. Presumably Level Engine? Yay, it's Sayori! Everyone, the new member is here! I told you, don't call me a new member. When Sayori was describing him to us, I thought she was overdoing it, but I can just sense a great aura around him. I stepped forward to greet him. Welcome to the Literature Club. It's a pleasure meeting you. Sayori always says nice things about you. Seriously? You brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere. It's obvious that Natsuki is embarrassed by Level Engine's presence. She knew that this situation was coming, though. I too feel slightly uncomfortable, but something is compelling me to go talk to him. Ah, what a nice surprise. Welcome to the club. Level Engine has a bewildered look on his face. I don't know what he was expecting by coming here, but it certainly wasn't us. Dab? On stream? Fine. No. No. I gotta go here. Here? Is this it? Is that it? I probably screwed it up like 5 times in a row. Level's gaze is locked on Natsuki. That'll just make her even more uneasy. What are you looking at? If you want to say something, say it. Sorry. Natsuki. She's always mean in these situations. Whenever there's a boy involved, Natsuki becomes extremely overwhelmed. Although it doesn't seem like she hates Level Engine. I quietly sigh. No matter how much I keep telling her to stay calm, she just keeps acting this way. As she said, I really can't change that about you. Join Team 10 if you want to do that shit. Over my dead body. He looks disappointed. What'd she tell him? I don't know who the other 8 in Team 10 are, but I wouldn't want to be in a team with Jake, especially not Logan. Fuck that guy. If you're gonna film a dead corpse and have your friends laugh at it, then, like, fuck you. And it sounds like you already know Monica, is that right? That's right. It's great to see you again, Level Engine. So Monica knew him already? That's why she didn't look too surprised when he entered the room. She looks happy to see him. Were they already friends before? You too, Monica. There's that face without the eyes again. Come sit down, Level Engine. We made room for you at the table so you can sit next to me or Monica. I'll get the cupcakes. Hey, I made them. I'll get them. Sorry, I got a little too excited. Maybe I should go get some tea ready? What if he doesn't like tea? Well, let's just hope he does. Then how about I make some tea as well? Natsuki nods at me and we both walk to the back corner of the room. I open the closet and I pick up the old tea set. I don't even remember where we got this one from. Doesn't he annoy you already? Natsuki. What? He's being annoying. He barely talks and all he does is look around like an idiot. We don't need that kind of person here. She's being more aggressive than usual. Calm down. He's not here to bother us, you know. Plus, it looks like he's actually interested. He may be a bit shy, that's why. Who cares? I'll keep an eye on him. She sighs and she brings the tray to the table. Oh, no more water? Get some at the fountain, the water fountain, water fountain. There should be one by the stairs if I recall correctly. Wow! I chuckle a bit. Seems like Sayori just saw Natsuki's cupcakes. She's always so expressive. I'd love to be as straightforward as she is. As I walk away from the club room, I hear everyone happily chatting. I don't think it's entirely Sayori's fault that she is the way he is. Here it is. I put the kettle under the faucet. It's incredibly slow to fill. God, why won't this work? Who the fuck is... I'm gonna save here. Who is question mark, question mark, question mark? Huh? Is that Monica's voice? Shouldn't she be in the club room? I look around me, but she's nowhere to be found. Did I just imagine it? Should have eaten more this morning. If I hadn't burnt those eggs, I grab the kettle now full and I head back to the club room. I mean, it's not gonna get super scary right away. That's just a little something to make the audience a little more frightened before it actually starts to get messed up. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom? Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess. Maybe he really doesn't like tea. Did I do something wrong? Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. That's not. That was mean. I'm just trying to be nice. I meant that, you know. I believe you. While tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but at least I enjoy tea. I'm glad. I slowly sigh in relief. At least makes a similarity between us. Monika chuckles and smiles at Level Engine. So, what made you consider the literature club? He ponders for a moment. It looks like he doesn't even know why he's here in the first place. I haven't joined the clubs yet, and Sayori seemed really happy here, so... That's okay, don't be embarrassed. We'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the literature club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. It's rare to see Monika this cheerful. I glance at Natsuki. Contrary to Monika and myself, it seems as though she's still not willing to kindly acknowledge Level Engine's presence. Monika, I'm surprised. How come you decided to start your own club? You could probably be a board member for any of the other major clubs by now. Weren't you a leader of the debate club last year? Well, you know, I can't stand all the politics around the major clubs. We already know. Monika really is a great leader. I'm surprised there's not more people in the club yet. It's hard to start a new one, and not too many people really focus on literature compared to any other thing you could start a club about. So you like my tea? For some reason, that makes me a tad happy. I think I recall that he said literature isn't a common pastime for him, but if he's here, he may have a slight interest in it. Sorry, I just do what I do. I just play games as I do, no other better way to put it. I read a horror book once. His voice is barely audible. It looks like he isn't really interested in literature then. I know someone who has the same hobby though. I glance at Natsuki. She opens her mouth but stays silent. She's most likely trying to choose whether to be hostile or friendly. Makes sense. She doesn't even have any friends that are also interested in manga. I'm not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. That can change? Is he seriously willing to try reading actual literature? Maybe I could introduce him to some of my favorite works. I'm just getting ahead of myself again. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. So many things I want to say. Is it really okay? My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. There are so many possibilities when writing a story. Some people write because they want to convey emotions. Others because they want to create their own world. I read a horror book once. What did he say? I was so absorbed in what I was saying, I didn't even hear him. Monika looks at me with a surprised expression. Really? I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. For someone as gentle as you? I guess you could say that. But if a story makes me think or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. Ugh, I hate horror. Why is that? Well, She glances at Level Engine. I know her well, but this is the first time I've seen her act this way. She was aggressive, then quiet, now embarrassed? This is weird. Never mind. That's right, you usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called... Don't say it out loud! And give that back! Fine, fine. Was it called Fayosa? I'm not cute! I laugh. These two are childish, but that makes them even more interesting. I'd love to eventually spend some time with Sayori. Maybe she could teach me how to be more outgoing. After all, she's Level Engine's friend, so she must know how to be interesting. Natsuki, you write your own poems? Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime? No! Behind Natsuki's seemingly confident stature, I can see that she's afraid of people's opinions. So she doesn't want Level Engine to judge her. Why? Thought she made it clear that she hated him. So many questions I can't ask right now. You wouldn't like them. Not a very confident writer yet? I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. One of the valuable lessons I've learned in my writing sessions is that it's important to write for oneself. I've never wanted to share my writing with others either. One of the reasons being that I'm uneasy around my classmates. Another reason being that I'm scared of what they'll think. This is probably what Natsuki's feeling right now. Oh, I want to read everyone's poems. Isn't she concerned about writing poems? Now that I think about it, I've never seen her write. I wonder what kind of poems she's written before. There's an awkward silence in the room. Okay, I have an idea, everyone. I know that tone. Monika's probably come up with a great idea once again. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. Then next time we meet, we'll all share them with each other. That way everyone is even. I was expecting anything but this. I can't share my poems just like that. I look at Natsuki. She looks even more stressed than before. Now this is an embarrassing situation. Yeah, let's do it! I envy Sayori's enthusiasm. Plus, now that we have a new member, I think it'll help us all get a little more comfortable with each other and strengthen the bond of the club. Isn't that right? Hold on, there's still one problem. I didn't say I was going to join this club. Never made the decision. I still have other clubs to look at. Why'd I get my hopes up anyway? It doesn't really matter. I just thought he'd be an interesting person. But, I'm sorry, I thought... Level Engine. You all? Even Natsuki looks disappointed. I have trouble understanding him. I probably don't have the worst voice acting skills. But there's definitely better. Thank God he joined the literature club. Welcome to the literature club. So write the poem. There's much worse, believe me. There's the finished dub of Digimon. There's this clip that's been going around on YouTube. It's probably been on there for a long time. The finished dub of Digimon. Yeah, Finnish being like from Finland. If I can turn the audio down on this, I think I'll just pull that up right now. Because we're talking about weird, bad voice acting. Why am I dropping a save in another save slot? I didn't even get a choice yet. There it is. Found it. Okay, let's put the music back on. Settings. Let's get back on track now, shall we? Yay! The two of them head to the door, waving at us as they exit. It's just me, Monika, and Natsuki now. Monika sighs and looks at me. Well, that was stressful, wasn't it? But I feel like he'd make a great member. Don't you see how he's acting? He doesn't even like literature. I tell you, something's off with him. I think my microphone is getting it from my speakers, actually. He doesn't really look like a bad person, in my opinion. Well, he didn't talk all that much, but it looks like you had fun talking to him, Yuri. It's true that our talk was enjoyable. I rarely talk to boys, but as embarrassing as it wasn't a bad experience. I think he has an enjoyable personality. Did he corrupt you, Yuri? How can you like such a... A bean sprout. A what? Just forget it. No, I'm not gonna forget it. A bean sprout. Or a bevan and sprout, because I can't type properly. Bean sprout. A sprout of the mung bean, or soybean. Okay. That's not the weirdest thing I've heard someone get called, though. Someone in the comments section of one of my brother's videos called him a shanter. Yes, a quote-unquote shanter. And none of us ever figured out what the guy was trying to say. The way he said it, though, it sounded like a bad thing. I have to clean the tray. Why don't we head to the fountain together? Yeah, sure. Monika's just sitting at a desk reading a book. He doesn't really use it anymore, and I don't even think we can find that comment anymore. That was probably on a really old channel that both of us used to use before I went to Level Engine. Yeah, that was like 2011, if I'm not mistaken, and we were doing that together. I was never about to find out whose voice I heard earlier. I wanted to ask Monika, but that would be too awkward. There's no need to worry about it after all. I grabbed the cups and I cleaned them one by one. I can sense Natsuki looking at me. Without looking behind me, I start talking. I know she's listening. Is everything alright, Natsuki? Of course! It just irritates me to see that you like such a... Wait, what do you mean by like? You what? Don't tell me. No, not at all. This isn't... God, Natsuki, don't imagine things. I mean, you can like whoever you want, but that guy... Just forget it. I'm merely enjoying his company. It's his first day here, after all. I put all the clean cups back on the tray. Yeah. How he does tomorrow. Maybe he won't be that bad of a writer. Of course she's looking forward to it. But it's always been hard for her to admit that kind of thing. Ow! So who fell? And the screen went black. Seems like... Oh, Yuri fell on something. Natsuki grabs my arms and helps me back up. God, Yuri, don't scare me like that. Don't scare me, either. Are you alright? Did you hurt yourself? I looked down at my hand. There's a huge cut on my index finger. One of the shards of the now broken cup must have sliced it. Oh, they're playing with glass cups? Blood red is a beautiful color. Oh, so she had this sort of fantasy starting from Act 1. It's just... It didn't really get too crazy up until Act 2. I'm sorry, what were you saying? Don't just stand there staring at your finger. You need to disinfect that immediately. God, what will you do without me? Just follow me. What about the tea set? You're always worrying about the wrong stuff. I'll ask Monika to take care of it. Just wait for me here. Natsuki runs to the club room. She acts much differently when she's not around other people. I glance at my finger again. I did cut myself pretty deeply. I should have been more careful. Soon enough, I hear Natsuki running back. Alright, Monika's gonna come to take care of your mess. Let's just go to the infirmary to disinfect your poor little finger. This isn't necessary, I can manage. No, what if it gets infected? Don't even think about arguing. Come with me now. I chuckle. How can she still be cute when she's trying to be authoritative? We go down to the stairs, the first floor. Natsuki's holding my hand and dragging me behind her. So this is one of the scenes that we didn't get to see as the main character in the original game. And didn't get to see with Sayori either. However, she doesn't seem to care. I can't help but smile. Natsuki's a great friend, that's for sure. Suddenly, she looks behind her, straight at me. What are you smiling for? You're supposed to be agonizing over your poor little finger. I can see she's repressing her laughter. Come on, don't tease me, Natsuki. You're the one who was being excessively dramatic over it. But you're the one who tripped, dummy. We both laugh. It always ends up this way when we're together. Natsuki's a funny girl. She just has trouble showing it to some people. Hey now, don't go thinking that I forgot about your deadly wound. Let's just get going. She opens the door to the infirmary and we both walk inside. Okay, now, yeah, it does actually look like one. I'm generally scared of hospitals and such. Natsuki heads to the student pantry and grabs some disinfectant along with a bandage. How come you're so worried over a little cut? Because I'm your friend, dummy. Do you think I would like to see my friends getting hurt? We're talking about a little cut, you know. I wasn't going to die. Of course I know that. But as a friend, it's my duty to take care of you. Well then, thank you, Natsu. God, I already told you not to call me Natsu. My full name is good enough, you know. Natsu is more poetic. Reminds me of summer. Why is that? I don't know. It just does. But if you insist. Be more careful next time, yes? Yeah, if you mean Boogie, then yes, I do know who he is, of course. I glance at the fountain. Seems like Monica cleaned up everything. I'll have to thank her for cleaning my mess. Boogie, yeah, of course. Boogie, Francis. Yeah, that Francis is like his quote-unquote alter ego. You really should stop getting lost in your thoughts. It's not my fault, you know. I'm always thinking about something. I know that, I mean, it's pretty obvious. But one day you might hurt yourself pretty badly if you're not careful. Don't worry, Natsuki, I'll be fine. How can I not think about anything? There have been so many good things happening lately. Level Engine's arrival, my mother coming back home. I'm truly thankful. I open the club door and I step in and Monica. Hey there. What's the next day gonna look like, though? When are things gonna start going off the rails again? I saved her life, basically. That's an exaggeration. Exiting the school. It's still warm out. This walk is going to be enjoyable. I just know it. Are you talking about my brother? He doesn't really do anything on YouTube anymore. It would have been nice if he still did, because he was getting a lot of views and subscribers with his content. He was actually experiencing quite a bit of success, and I just really want to see how it could have gone. There will be too many students at the main park, so let's go somewhere else. I know. Let's go and see the cherry blossoms. There's a path nearby that leads right to them. It could be cool. Good idea. I saw them this morning. They're really beautiful. Cherry blossoms it is, then. As we walk, Natsuki hums to herself. Seems like she's in a much better mood now than she was when we were back at the club. He actually had a few videos of him on my channel, but this was like back in 2012. I had like 2 videos where I mentioned the name Ewax. That's not his real name, of course, but yeah, that was his YouTube channel name. I had him make me a Super Mario level and I played it. Then I had him try like the first level of one of my really old Super Mario hacks, Way of the M. He did beat it eventually, but didn't really get to see him play the second one. Yeah, electronic wax. Yeah. I'll see if I can actually find it just by doing a quick Google search. Probably not. What if I type Ewax on RS? Yeah, that looks more like it. Wow. I didn't know there was such a place so close to our school. Me neither, but I just happened to find it while roaming around town one day. I often come here when I feel like being alone. You enjoy being alone? Well, of course, sometimes I do. It can feel good to get away from all the people that are close to you, well, sometimes. I don't really understand that. I hate being alone. Back before I met Natsuki, I always felt rejected. I don't ever want to be alone again. Anyway, that doesn't matter. Now you know about this place. What do you think about it, Monica? Monica turns around. She was taking a picture of the scenery with her phone. Yeah, it's absolutely incredible. All these colors and this sweet scent. It's amazing. Thanks for showing us your secret place, Natsuki. It's not really my secret place, so I'm glad you enjoy it. So whose secret place is it? I don't think he's a bad person, but I can't seem to find a reason as to why he's joined the club. Sayori had to go and get him, so I'm pretty sure he wasn't really interested. It's just, I'm uneasy around him. I don't like him. Or maybe I do, to a certain extent. You know what? I don't even know. All I know is he's breaking my routine and it bothers me. I'm pretty sure Natsuki isn't really sure of what she's saying. We're the only people she's actually used to, so I can understand how she's feeling. I look over at Monica, who's staring straight at me. Oh, that's right. She was waiting for my feedback. Well, I'd say he's an enjoyable person. It looks like he's interested in what we're saying, and even though he doesn't read any kind of literature, he's trying his best. He did say he could change his habits in order to read some more. We'll just have to see where this goes, but I have a good feeling about it. What about you, Monica? You looked pretty happy to see him. Considering all the nice things Sayori said about him, I was definitely looking forward to having him stop by. I wasn't disappointed. He's a calm person, and as you said, he's trying his best for us. Unlike what Natsuki's saying, I have a good feeling about him being in the club. It doesn't feel out of place, you know? If you wanna, like, make theories as to the sex dungeon, I'd try and spell dungeon right, not dong-gown. Yeah, that's what I said. Dungeon, not dong-gown. When is Doki Doki Bondage Club gonna be a thing? I would so play it. Except I might not be able to live stream that on YouTube, depending on how far the person making the module is willing to take it. I think you should know how to spell these things on your own. Well, you're not really going to need to necessarily know how to do that on the internet. We're not really going to judge you for it, but maybe in the professional world, well, if you were talking about sex dungeons in the professional working world, then I think they'd really judge you for it, even if you spelt it right. We both walk back to the main street. The mall is right next. Oh, hey there, Chelsea. Are you a fan of these DLC mods? Because that's like my best guess right now. Because I don't believe I've seen you on any of these other streams yet. I don't really know how to exactly greet new viewers as they come, even though I've seen like a lot of viewers that like I've never seen before recently. Oh, especially on that Minecraft live stream. Still don't know what happened. Oh, the same mall that Sayori went to. McLa. I make an immediate turn after the entrance and I head back to one of the halls. A cutlery? Oh, I read cutiery. Why would you even want to go in there? Oh, that's the knife shop? Do you remember how I told you my father had a knife collection? Oh, our time it is? Well, before he left us, he asked me to keep an eye on it. Since then, I've been occasionally buying knives to add to the collection. You know, knives are beautiful items. They're a good representation of a country's culture. They're the best tools humans have ever created. Oh, I see. It's nice of you to spend your money to contribute to your father's hobby. Let's see what they have in stock then. Oh, we actually get to see the knives, or... Take all the knives. Are our choices gonna matter? Or is this gonna be like DDRC all over again? We're gonna try and go through all of them. A purple dagger? Purple of all colors? It has a purple handle and the blade is pretty sharp. Give that to Grant and I'm pretty sure he could kill Dracula with it. It's not that expensive either. It's really beautiful. I put the knife on the counter and I pay for it. Whoa, it's beautiful! I really like it. Make sure you don't slice your finger again, though. God, how long are you going to tease me about this? Natsuki laughs and exits the shop. I follow her out of the mall. What if I buy something else? What's a butterfly knife supposed to be? What if we take the pocket knife? What happens? It's a bit more expensive. And Natsuki says it's beautiful. And tells Yuri not to slice her finger. And if we buy the butterfly knife, it's probably like the same reaction from Natsuki. Yup. She likes all of them. When? Like right now? I could take a quick peek at it if it's not too huge. If Natsuki's acting the way she is with Level Engine, it can't mean, no, she'd act differently. I'm just imagining things, right? I gently open my front door and enter my house. Yeah, MC's not the only person who's gently opened the door in DDLC Fanon and Canon. A text message? I literally just left Natsuki and Monica a few moments ago. Why would they need something so soon? I get my phone out of my bag. Mom? Again? Call me back. Did something happen? She's supposed to be working right now. I dial her number. Oh, shit. Yuri? Hello, didn't you already call me this morning? I did, but I'm afraid I have some bad news. Please don't tell me she... What is it? Is something wrong? Yes. I'm afraid I might not be able to come this weekend. I'll try coming anyway, of course, but I have a big meeting scheduled for Saturday and won't be able to cancel it. But, you said... I know, Yuri, but my work is really important. I'll keep you updated later this week, alright? Alright, Mom. Good, have a lovely evening, sweetheart. She hung up. I know she said she wasn't entirely sure she would be able to come, but why does my heart feel so broken? I just want to see my mother, nothing more. What's more important than seeing your own family? Maybe she didn't even want to visit me in the first place? I guess there's not much I can do about it. That's right, I bought a new, wrong spelling by the way. There shouldn't be the extra K for Dad's collection. I pick up the knife and I walk to the office. The door is locked as usual. I turn the key and step in. So where are the knives? I want to see the knives. Now that I think about it, it didn't hurt when I cut my finger. Actually, it didn't really feel that bad at all. Also, this is where it starts. It didn't feel good either. Or did it? I can't tell. Natsuki was so worried. Seeing the color of my blood was captivating. I don't know what's worse, the dialogue or the fact that music just completely went silent. Just one. I slowly touch my forearm with the blade. A few drops of blood slide down my arm. It tickles a bit, but it still doesn't hurt. Fascinating. All those beautiful, deep colors inside my own body. This is... What? What am I doing? I put the knife back on the shelf. Why do you even do that? Am I insane? Is it because I'm sad, or just because I'm curious? This is wrong. This is very wrong. I turn around and I quickly exit the office, without looking behind me. I slowly exhale. Why wouldn't I? I'm not just some lazy, inconsiderate jerk who lays around in bed all day. Where can I get one of these jobs? They're easy, especially if you're green and have 6 tentacles. Thanks! I'm gonna go looking for one so I can stop mooching off my friends and they can get back to their lives. Why do I feel like that could be the best SpongeBob episode ever? That being, can you spare a dime? Maybe she's just planning a surprise. I grab my notebook and a pen and I get ready to write a poem. I want to see what, like, all three of the poems could look like. All nature has a feeling. Woods, fields, brooks are life eternal, and in silence they speak happiness beyond the reach of books. There's nothing mortal in them, their decay is the green life of change to pass away, and come again in blooms revivified. Its birth was heaven, eternal its stay, and with the sun and moon shall still abide, beneath their day and night and heaven wide. It's not that bad as I said, but I don't think it'll do for tomorrow. So we'll just pick this one. Something symbolic. What's the other one? Because I feel like she's just gonna go with that one, because that's the one that actually appears in the original game. From childhood's hour I have not been, as other were I have not seen, as others saw I could not bring, my passions from a common spring. From the same source I have not taken, my sorrow I could not awaken, my heart to my joy at the same tone, and all I loved alone. It didn't really turn out like I wanted to, I'm a bit disappointed. So she just goes again until she writes the one that we have seen in the game already, which would be like Ghost Under the Light. I'm pretty sure Level Engine will, well, I'm not doing this for him, but I hope he'll like it. Yeah, that's Ghost Under the Light right there. It's only one little cup, but why does it feel like one huge mistake? What was I thinking? What will Mom say if she saw it? Would she hate me? Would she leave me? I can't think about this. I get up from the couch and I head to the kitchen. I gladly make some eggs again, but I'm not going to risk it. It would be pretty sad to see my house burn down. I grab a few fruits and I go back to the couch. I get my book out of my bag whilst I take a bite of my apple. This may not be the best way to spend an evening, but it feels nice. Monica, please don't. Oh, okay, it's just getting dark. How can people write such captivating stories? I wish I could be as talented as they are. Such an incredible power to be able to express your feelings with the right words. I wonder if I'll ever get there. Or if I'll ever be able to communicate my feelings, to thank Natsuki or Monica, or to tell my mother I miss her. I put the book on my lap and I look at the ceiling. There's so many good people in this world. It'd be great to be one of them, to make a change. I close my eyes. I'm so tired. Today was a good day in the end. It'll be okay. Mom will be home. She's just planning a surprise. I'll see everyone tomorrow. Natsuki will be there for me. I will. Yuri? Dad. You see, things aren't looking good for Dad. You know that he loves you. It's not his fault. This is the voices in her head again, isn't it? What's this music, though? It's so sad, yet beautiful. That ain't me first time. We'll have some more dimes. I have plenty of them. He wants to see you again. Please grant his last wish. He told me it was the only thing he wanted. Please do it, Yuri. Please. Don't leave him alone. No. My breath is uneven. I don't feel so good. What time is it? Did I spend the night here? I've been doing that more and more lately. Sleeping on the couch, having bad dreams. I don't want to remember. I just can't keep living in the past. The book I read yesterday is still on my lap. I fell asleep without even finishing it. Guess I'll have to finish it today. What's gonna happen in the bathroom? Okay, nothing bad. Good. Uniform. Going through all my clothes is always such a pain. Mom left me a ton of beautiful dresses and skirts, but I've never managed to wear them out in public. It's just too embarrassing. So I just wear clothes that are modest and subtle, and I try to go unnoticed. I put my uniform on and I look out the window. I think I can see Natsuki in the distance. I'm going to miss her if I don't hurry. Natsuki would kill me if she saw me tripping again. Level Legend said he'd start reading, so on and so forth. Begin searching for Natsuki. God, Yuri, you're loud? What got into you this morning? I just wanted to walk with you, and I thought I wouldn't be fast enough to catch up to you, so... Oh, I see. Just call me on my phone next time, alright? Of course. I just panicked. Yesterday's events shook me a little, so I'm not thinking straight. How am I even supposed to apologize? Don't just stand there, dummy. You don't want to be late to school, right? Of course not. Hey, Yuri, is everything alright? You're just answering with of course and of course not. Usually a lot more expressive. Don't tell me you didn't sleep because of a book again. No, I don't know, I'm having mixed feelings. It's just one of those days, you know? I see. Now let's make sure this day is an interesting one. Ha. Thank you, Natsuki. That's my duty as your role model, Yuri. I'm guessing a role model shouldn't be late, then. Didn't we say we should hurry? Let's just go to school. Hey, Yuri. What is it? First, were you seriously challenging me to a race without me even knowing it? Possibly. You totally act like a kid sometimes, Natsuki. Life is about having fun, you know? One piece of advice I give you is, stop worrying about everyone else. Well, I mean, don't shout my name in the street either, but you see what I mean, right? I really appreciate Natsuki's concern, but I don't think she really understands that this is who I am. I'm not really sad or anything, I'm satisfied with my life as far as I'm concerned. I'm passionate about a few things, and that's all I need. Thank you for the life advice, Natsuki, I'll think about it. My advice is the best, after all. Here you go again. You just don't understand my philosophy, Yuri. Open your eyes and you shall see the light. Are you happy to see the level engine? What are you saying, Yuri? I already told you I hate him. Actually, I don't want to see him at all. Is that so? Well then, we'll see what kind of poem he has come up with yesterday, so don't get ahead of yourself yet. I'll teach him a thing or two. Oh, how did your poem writing go? Oh, fine, I guess. I'll just show you this evening. She sounds really nervous. In all honesty, I am too. I hope my poem will be a success. I wrote it for myself, of course, but I'd just like everyone to understand that the message behind it. Alright then. By the way, I'll probably be late this evening, so don't wait for me, alright? Just wait for me in the club room. Okay, it's a little personal. I don't want to push her too much, but that's a little weird. Natsuki's always an open person. I shrug. It's fine. I'll see you this evening then. Alright, have a good day, Yuri. Same goes for you, Natsuki. She slowly walks towards the entrance of her building. What a weird conversation. But talking about poems again really piqued my interest. What should I expect from Level Engine's poem? I don't want to wait. I shake my head and I enter my building. So many students. Some of them are looking at me. I continuously glance at my uniform to check for any wrinkles or embarrassing imperfections, but I can't find any. Why are they looking at me? I walk at a faster pace and I enter my classroom. I'm spacing out even more than usual. Maybe I should actually think about sleeping in my bed one of the nights. I open my notebook and I start taking a few notes. Never have I been so happy to hear the school bell. I look outside. The students are already running everywhere and heading back home. Are their parents waiting for them? Actually, questioning myself like that isn't going to change anything. The members of the club are my family. I smile at myself. I shouldn't worry about that. I love them all so much. I put my things in my bag and I get up. Monica must be in the club room already. Maybe she could show me the picture she took yesterday. As usual, I'm the last one to exit the room. Oh, Monica! Hey there. Last one to leave, I see. Indeed, I was just lost in my thoughts as usual. Well, if anything's bothering you, feel free to talk about it with everyone. We'd be glad to have a friendly talk. Thank you, Monica. What are you doing here, by the way? Shouldn't you be at the club room? Oh, no, I'll be joining you guys a little later. As of now, I'm just looking for Sayori. Have you seen her anywhere? No, sorry. I don't think I have. Why are you looking for her? She'll come to the club later, as usual. Haha. Don't worry about that, Yuri. I'll see you later at the club. How strange. First Natsuki, then she. I guess I'll be alone in the club room then. Unless... Oh god, what if Levelinge is in there already? I can't stay alone with him. What will I say? It'll be so awkward. I slowly exhale. I can do this. After all, that wouldn't kill me. I may be feeling embarrassed, but everything will be fine. Before entering the room, I place my ear against the door. I can't really hear anything, so he's probably not in there, but he may be reading. Reading doesn't make noise. The level engine told me he doesn't read. But what if he started reading because of us? What am I supposed to do? I gently open the door. The place has a different atmosphere when nobody's here. It feels surreal. I think I did a good job with the symbolism. Door opens. Hello again, Monica. Well, it wasn't Natsuki after all. I'm relieved though. That means I won't have to be alone when Level comes in. Hello there. Did you find Sayori? I didn't, sadly. I guess I'll just see her when she'll come to the club. Ha. Of course. You should just sit down and rest for a bit. Mind if I sit next to you? Oh no, not at all. I give Monica a big smile. She moves her chair next to mine. So tell me, did you write a poem yesterday? Is she already planning on reading mine? I did, yes. I don't know if everybody will like it, but I did my best. Then that's good. Writing's about enjoying your hobby. You keep saying that. I think you're some kind of role model for all of us, you know? I think I'm blushing. Is that so? Sayori thinks I'm a role model? I'm the one looking up to her, though. She's so funny and always full of energy. I wish I could talk to her more. Oh, sounds like someone's coming in. I concentrate to hear what's going on behind the door. I think I can hear voices. Natsuki and Sayori, maybe? A few seconds later, Natsuki opens the door and enters the club, followed by Sayori. Both of them look really uneasy. I want to say hello, but suddenly the club door enters again. And Level Engine also comes in. Yep. Oh, come on, like he deserves any slack. Sayori told me you didn't want to join any clubs this year. And last year, too. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what, but if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room. I can't help it. I want to laugh. Natsuki's reaction is priceless. Manga is literature! She goes back to her chair without saying another word. I give her a compassionate smile, but she doesn't smile back. Is she really that hurt? Don't worry, guys. Level Legend always gives it his best as long as he's having fun. He helps me with busy work without me even asking. Like cooking, cleaning my room. How dependable. So Level Engine is someone Sayori can count on. The more I learn about him, the more interesting he becomes. Looks like he didn't really want Sayori to tell us about this, though. He looks all embarrassed now. That's because your room is so messy, it's distracting. You almost set your house on fire once. Is that so? These two really look good together. You two are really good friends, aren't you? I might be a little jealous. Oh god. I didn't mean to say that at all. I mean, I'd like to get to know Level Engine, but I didn't mean to flat out say I'm jealous. How come? You and Level Engine become good friends too. Sayori's always so straightforward. But it's barely that easy to talk to someone whom you barely know. He looks really uneasy. Sayori? Is he embarrassed about this situation, or is it because he doesn't want to be my friend? I don't want to act pushy with him, but I look at my bag. I can see the book I chose for him sticking out. It looks like Sayori saw me glancing at it. Suddenly, she bursts out with excitement. Oh, Yuri even brought you something today, you know? Wait, Sayori. He wasn't supposed to know already. I wasn't even ready to give it to him. What, is that the poem or the... No, it's the book. I feel slightly more at ease. I grab the book from my bag. He's smiling at me. He looks happy. Now that I think about it, he does look handsome. I never even heard of that challenge, by the way. You can read at your own pace. Level Engine's smile is stuck inside my head. I want to look up to see what he's doing, though. Is he reading the book I gave him? I slowly look away from my book. Huh? He's not sitting at the table anymore? Where did he... Oh, he's talking to Natsuki. I guess she's going to start complaining once again. But it's a good idea to try and make her feel a bit more at ease. I think Level Engine understands how to do it at least. Yuri. Wasn't paying attention. I've called your name a few times now, but suppose it seems like you're bothered by something. Are you looking at those two? I'm not. Why would I even look at them in the first place? Because you're curious. To be honest, I thought Natsuki would already be getting audibly angry at Level Engine right now. It's quite surprising. Well, I don't think she hates him as much as she pretends to. She's just not used to seeing other people, let alone boys. Since Level Engine is a nice person, I'm pretty sure she'll end up enjoying his company soon enough. Do you enjoy his company? These questions are so embarrassing to answer. Monika's always so curious. Of course. It's always hard to talk to him, but I like seeing him around. I see. You should try talking to him some more. I know, but Sayori's his friend and they're always together. I don't want to separate them. What are you talking about, Yuri? I'm pretty sure Sayori would love to see Level Engine hang out with other people. You think? Of course. It's true I want to be his friend, but it's hard to talk to him when he's so close to Sayori. If he's around her, it surely means he likes that kind of personality, and I'm in her polar opposite. Hey now, don't forget I'm here. Oh, sorry, Monika. I don't feel so good right now. Would you mind if I went to the bathroom for a little while? Poems. I'm feeling incredibly nervous. There's no particular reason for it, though. Everything went well with the Level Engine, and my personal problems should be sorted out. So what's this feeling I'm having? I shake my head and I walk to the nearest bathroom. Okay, I think I might have seen this bathroom in DDRC, I don't exactly remember. I think I saw this one specifically. I look at my reflection in the mirror. I don't even look that tired, so what I'm feeling probably isn't exhaustion. This is frustrating. I lift my sleeve. The little cut I got yesterday is now almost gone. I touch it with my finger. It feels a little weird. Just what was I thinking? I wash my face with some cold water. I just have to share my poem and it'll be over. I'll finally be back to my daily routine. Maybe sharing poems will give me an opportunity to talk to him. What were you doing? God, Monika, don't scare me like that. I wasn't expecting her to be here. That was unexpected. I'm sorry. You were taking a long time, so I was getting worried. I'm just feeling a little uneasy, no big deal. Oh, I'm gonna have to look at that. Did they show off a world record run by IGN Super Castlevania 4? I wanna just... Super Castlevania 4 finished in 31 minutes. May 12th, 2018. Man, Furious Paul's getting a lot of exposure. First Castlevania finished in about 11 minutes. That was... Well, Furious Paul had a world record at one point. Just curious why IGN posted a video with a third place runner from a year ago. That time was beaten 2 months ago and beaten again a month ago. Not trying to start anything, just curious. To upload... Oh, Joe D'Amelio commented, to upload an obsolete run that took place a year and a half ago to 9.8 million subscribers, knowing it'll generate a lot of publicity, is flat out disrespectful to myself and 2Cat, who have pushed this game a lot farther and have had better runs since then. I have no idea why Paul was even reached out to or why he even agreed, instead of supporting the better players and giving them a chance. No effort was even made to contact myself or 2Cat, so thanks. Yeah, I figured we were gonna get some comment like that. Will they promote me? I really hope they promote JC over me, because that guy is even better at Castlevania 3 overall than I am. The guy has a world record in any percent and in Grant, and if he ever starts doing Alucard, then there's a chance he could take my 2608 record. Because I did leave a bit of an opening for someone to come in and take that. Plus, I discovered a faster back hill is yet to been incorporated in an actual run that's like a PB. I'll have to ask her how it went later. Monica was right. Breathing a bit of fresh air instantly makes me feel better. Feel a better. Feeling better? Close that gap. So you want me to go back to Alucard then? I thought you wanted to see me run Sypha. That's what friends are for, after all. You just can't understand what I'm feeling. Hello there. Welcome to the stream, and I'm kind of just skipping through most of the dialogue now. Okay, maybe I should slow down again. Okay, maybe I should actually just come back with some water, because I'm gonna get a really sore throat if I just keep trying to read, like, the whole script for a 10-hour-long mod. So I'll be back real quick, guys. Yeah, really? Fap on stream? I'm only too sure I get in trouble for that. I'd understand if you were jealous. And it's not a bad thing, not at all. You said it yourself, you might be a little jealous of Siorian level. But I've never been jealous of Natsuki. She's one of my best friends. That's why you don't understand what you're feeling, in my opinion. Okay, I didn't click that, by the way. Oh, Rossi, you're back. I'm just kind of trying to clean my glasses, because now I can really barely see anything through, like, the right lens. There we go. So, you really want me to go back to the Castlevania 3 Alucard? Because I could just try and close that up for good. I want to get something like a 2603, or... Has JC been there longer than K-Mac? Honestly not sure. Then again, this is only my guess. It could be something else. But take it easy, alright? Don't overthink it. Things will happen in due time. Just don't know if I should believe what Monica's saying. Sounds like jealousy could be a possibility, in a way. Right. Though stage 7 and 9, from what I've practiced so far, are absolute murder. Stage 9 is by far the worst of it. Like, I still have to master the ice platforming. Because if you don't have a feel for the ice platforming when you're running Sypha, then you're not really going to get very far at all. Like, you have to master the ice platforming to do any good in that category. That being where you just freeze stuff with Sypha's ice spell. Jump on the enemies while they're frozen, and try and just jump up to ledges above your head that you normally otherwise wouldn't be able to reach, but you have to freeze them in just the right place, and not only that, they thaw pretty quickly, so you don't have a lot of time to set up your jumps. Some of which are actually really precise. There's one on stage 7 that's still driving me crazy thinking about it. Monica smiles at me sweetly and turns around. I really wonder what exactly she was talking about. She's always so determined. Her personality and her body make her the perfect high school student. What could be so inaccessible? Without another word, I follow Monica inside the building. Get closer to level engine. Oh really, it's foggy in these glasses here. the one in the room with the pork chop? I didn't really practice that one, though. You were searching for Sayori earlier, right? Did you finally ask her what you needed? What I needed? Haha, it was nothing like that. Then what was it? Just... It's hard to explain, as I said. Let's just say it as a link to what I told you about jealousy. Does Sayori have anything to do with it? Anyway, why don't we head back to the club now? The others may be waiting for us, you know? She's being a little too evasive. It doesn't bother me, it just makes me a little curious. Whoa! And the game just glitched out. I mean, it's a DDLC mod after all. I should have seen this coming. I closed the club door behind me. I immediately glanced at Natsuki. What? What? She's sitting on the floor next to Level Engine. They're both reading one of her manga? How am I supposed to talk to him now? Without a warning, Monika speaks with great projection. Okay, everyone. Level Engine stares at her with an incredulous look. Are you all ready with today's poems? Oh god, I knew it was coming, but I really don't want to share mine anymore. It's not going to... Oh, come on! Could your timing be any worse? Sorry, I just need to make sure we have enough time. Though you do look pretty cozy over there. Natsuki looks at Level Engine and realizes she's a little too close to him. Just now. Why was Natsuki so aggressive towards Monika? This is unlike her. She values friendship as much as I do. Monika comes next to me and whispers. See, Natsuki feels a little bit more at ease now. Well, a little bit too much, maybe, but still. Was it just me, or has she been acting differently than usual? I've noticed it, too. Natsuki never acts this way. Anyway, it does look like she's appreciating her time with Level Engine, though. So that's a pretty good thing, don't you think? Indeed. I knew she wouldn't pretend for too long, though. I guess you know her too well. Remember, though, it's your turn to try and speak to him, alright? Monika winks at me and walks away to sit on a chair. I turn my head to look at Level Engine and Natsuki. They're both getting up now. I can't hear what they're saying, but it looks like Level Engine is trying to give her the manga back. They talk for a few seconds, and... He keeps the manga? But I lent him a book. I looked down. He probably prefers reading manga anyway. I hear the two of them walking back to the main table. Level Engine puts the manga in his bag over the book I lent him. Monika was patiently waiting for them to finish, arms crossed. By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? Yeah. So, is this poem going to be the random 20 words again? I just want to see the poem. I'm pretty sure it's going to be what I think it's going to be. Were you a little tired when you wrote this, Yuri? Your writing's all shaky. Just a bit. I was so worried about my mother that didn't really work on my poem's presentation. Sorry. Oh, I didn't mean to hurt your feelings. Actually, even though your writing is a little shaky, I really like your poem. I haven't read a lot of your works before, so correct me if I'm wrong, but this one is a little different from the ones you usually write, right? Indeed, I wanted to try something that was deep, with more symbolism. Something with some kind of meaning. I wasn't too sure about what I wanted to say in this poem, but I think it just came out nicely. They're here under the spotlight, but they're unable to let go of the past while at the same time being a part of the present. Well, that's merely my interpretation, but I think some people are a bit like that. Monika chuckles. So how did I do? Fascinating. Monika's interpretation was impressive. When I'm writing those poems, the concept is a little bit abstract in my head. However, Monika managed to take all those abstract concepts and explain them. I smile at Monika. Really impressive. It was on point. You really understood what I meant in my poem. Well, that was to be expected of you. You're the club president, after all. Why, thank you, Yuri. Yes. Oh, there's... hole in the wall. Okay, just skip past it. I get chills just by reading her poem. This is a masterpiece. It's easy to tell she wanted to put a message in her poem too, but I can't seem to figure out what it is. One thing's for sure, it's heartfelt. So how was it? I spent a while on this one, you know. It's honestly really good. I can't find any flaws in your writing. I feel some kind of rhythm when reading it, and it's pretty easy to picture what you wrote in my head. The only thing I don't really understand here is the message you wanted to put in it. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that was your objective too, wasn't it? But since you wrote about something you personally want to convey, with your own meaning, I'd say it's pretty normal for me to not understand. Could have a link to that story about jealousy you told me earlier in a way. It's really good, yeah. You know. I gently take the poem from his hands. There it is again! There it is again! I was right! What the fuck is this little stick figure drawing? Adventure. Alone. Amazing. Awesome. Beauty. Bed. Bless. Broken. Calm. Charm. Cheer. Childhood. Clumsy. Color. Comfort. Cry. Dance. Dark. Daydream. Dazzle. Well, what did I just read? It's a little weird. His poem has that simplistic vibe to it. I can clearly see he's put some effort in it. And what's with that drawing? There are so many questions I wish I could ask him, but it would just frustrate him. I can easily feel that it's a beginner's work. He tried mixing styles and doing something freeform. How am I supposed to tell him that without hurting him? But that may be a good occasion to talk to him, just like Monica told me. What shall I start with? Oh, sorry. I forgot to start speaking. It's fine. Don't force yourself. I'm not. I just need to put my thoughts into words. Hold on. I can't just deduce that this is his first poem. For all I know, he may already have written in the past. So I can't start giving him advice like that. I need to know if it's a first for him or not. Okay. This is your first time writing a poem, right? Yeah? Why do you ask? I'm just making sure. I guess that it might be after reading through it. So it's that bad? No! Did I just raise my voice? Oh, I'm so sorry. God, I sound way too harsh. I thought this would go well, but I'm just getting lost in my thoughts again. I need to be outgoing, but not too harsh. I need to be interesting. This is too hard for a person like me. It's fine, I really didn't notice. What were you saying? Right, here it goes. It's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. And having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and then they form-fit the two together. The end result is that both the style and the expressiveness are weakened. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little bit biased, though. Biased? How? What did I just say? I didn't mean to. Natsuki said so many bad things about Level Engine, so I just assumed, though, they looked like they got along well together. Who am I to say such things? I'll have to apologize to Natsuki for saying that. Shouldn't be talking about people like that. Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it. No? Will he understand what I meant in it? I hope he will. I crossed my fingers behind my back. A minute passes. He's still reading my poem? Oh, I remember what Monica told me. Maybe he's just struggling to read my handwriting. I'm sorry I have such terrible handwriting. Level jerks his head up and looks at me with a confused expression. What? I wasn't thinking that at all. But it took you a long time to read. Well, I just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty. That's a relief. So Level Engine liked my writing. For some reason, that makes me a little happy. Also, I like the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive. It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you like it. I'll be honest. Since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Is it storming? No. Doesn't look like it. Are you into ghost theory? He didn't understand my poem. That's a bit disappointing. Hoo. Actually, the story isn't about ghosts at all. Really? I must have totally missed the point. Well, you did only glance over it after all. But I remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost. That's a lot more solemn putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive. Natsuki's reading a manga. Oh, Yuri. Shared your poem with everyone already? Well, I shared it with Monica and Level Engine, and Sayori looks like she's focusing on something else. How did it go? What are you talking about? Well, you were with Level Engine a bit earlier, am I right? It looked like things went well. See, there was no reason to... Oh, don't talk about that. What? Natsuki's tone was so cold just now. How come? You should be happy to talk to him, right? He's not that bad, after all, huh? Yuri. I said no. It just makes me feel uneasy being around him. So please, just don't talk about him. What's she saying? This isn't Natsuki. Natsuki would never talk like that. He's still just reading our manga as if nothing's wrong. Hey Natsuki, what's wrong? Did he say something that embarrassed you? She closes her manga. Did I just sound harsh, Yuri? Kind of. I'm so sorry, it's just that... Ha! I'm so sorry, Yuri, but I was reading that particularly upsetting passage of my manga. My mood easily fluctuates when I'm concentrated on a story. So to answer your question, I hate admitting that, but he isn't as horrible as I thought. His poem was actually really good. Of course, I couldn't tell him that, else he'd start believing he's some kind of master of poems or some sort. Did you see it too? I did. To be completely honest, I was kind of disappointed. I think he has potential, but his poem wasn't really powerful. Really? Well, I kind of disagree. There was a certain presence emanating from it. Something that compelled me to like it, you know? Really? You made a complete 180. What am I saying? This is too awkward. You... What? What do you mean you'd like to get closer to him? As a friend, of course. I don't want to, you know. Well then, if you say so. Natsuki gives me a weird stare. It's all going well. Yuri and I have already shared our poems with Level. So we were talking about what he wrote. We don't really agree on what to think about it, though. Remember, the way you see a poem or any type of art in general is really subjective. You just have to talk it out to say what you liked and what you disliked. Actually, I just read his poem, and if my interpretation is correct... Yuri, you disliked his poem, right? Yeah, this one? You wrote with a certain style. Poems are words. Well, you get what I meant. Am I dreaming? Or you've actually quoted one of your manga? Of course I didn't! Why would I do that? Monica and I burst into laughter. This situation is so ridiculous. Natsuki, however, is still looking at us with an exasperated expression. You two are children! We're just teasing you, Natsuki. What a Level didn't think of your poem. Oh, my poem? Ha, I don't think he really understood what it was about. He actually called it freeform. I like it. It's It's not my style of writing, obviously, but I can see a lot of effort went into it. What's it bad about looking through a hole, though? I didn't really get that part. It's supposed to be the main part of the poem, actually. Well, sorry, but I really enjoyed the writing, though. That's alright. By the way, have you two shared your poems with each other yet? Oh, we haven't. We were busy discussing Level's poem, so we haven't done it yet. Oh, that was Natsuki's first poem. Monkeys can climb, crickets can leap, horses can race, owls can seek, cheetahs can run, eagles can fly, people can try, but that's about it. Well, this isn't really surprising, but I expected Natsuki to put a little more effort into it. I smile a little. Obviously, she didn't really try. What's with this language? Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing. We both put our respective poems back on the desk. I could see in Natsuki's eyes that she isn't too impressed by my poem either. It's true that we've never really shared our writing before, though. I guess you could say it's fancy? Ah, thanks. How am I supposed to answer that? Yours is cute. Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How is that cute? She's never been that aggressive towards me. There's a friend I have to tell her. People did like it, by the way. Sayori liked it, and so did Level Engine. She's losing her temper. I glance at Sayori. She looks a little surprised. Like she didn't want to participate in the sharing of poems. Natsuki never even told me that she shared hers with Sayori in the first place, so based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me. I appreciate the offer, but I spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon, unless of course I come across something particularly inspiring, which I haven't yet. That was unnecessarily passive-aggressive, but Natsuki's acting so strangely. Do you think it's free shipping? Free shipping. Do you still love me? This kind of fight never happened before, so why now? Is her behavior linked to Level Engine? Is she just trying to act tough in front of him? I know I shouldn't be doing this, but Natsuki needs to have some sense knocked into her. And Level liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it. Natsuki stands up and looks at me. I can see anger burning in her eyes. This isn't the Natsuki I know. I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri. She can't just use these as arguments. She knows perfectly well it's hard for me to talk to people. That's not what You're just... Without even thinking, I stand up and I look down at Natsuki. Maybe you're just jealous that Level Engine appreciates my advice more than he appreciated yours. I said it. Just a few minutes ago we were all peacefully talking to each other. But it's her fault. She wanted it. She's in a bad mood for God knows what reason, and she's just letting her anger out on me. This is unfair. And how do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself? I clench my fists. I don't think I've ever felt such an amount of anger. Natsuki's just making herself look like a fool. No. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. Faking her cuteness in her poems? No, thank you. This is just lame. Sayori shyly walks towards us. Is everyone okay? Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as Level Engine started showing up. Natsuki! Oh, so she went and said it. My best friend actually said it. I feel my nails digging in my skin as I clench my fists even harder. How could she even say something like that? Just because she wants to be the tough one. Does she even want to be admired by Level Engine that badly? I'm sure he said he doesn't want to be near such a hopeless girl anyway. Natsuki, that's a little... This doesn't involve you! I yelled at Monika without even thinking. This is between me and Natsuki. I don't like fighting, guys. I appreciate Sayori's concern too, but this is none of her business. I can feel the tension growing between me and Natsuki. I wish it didn't have to come to that. But I can't let Natsuki ruin my reputation. Her poem needs some fixing, and she's acting so childish over it. I turn to Level and I look at him straight in the eye. Level Engine, she's just trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. If she could get over herself and learn to appreciate that simple writing is more effective, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. Her arguments are totally wrong, so why is she making them sound so true? Why is she acting all cute in front of Level Engine? It makes me want to shout at her even more. But wait! There's a reason we have so many deep and expressive words in our language. It's the only way to convey complex feelings and meaning the most effectively. You understand that, right? Well, Level's standing there, looking alternatively at Natsuki and me. The choice shouldn't be too hard, right? My arguments are on point. There's no way he'd go for Natsuki. She's just being overly cutesy and not making any proper sense. He's gonna go with Natsuki. Yuri, you're really talented. Well, I sigh with relief. So Level understood what I meant, but complimenting me like that, that's a little... But Natsuki has a point. I think that conveying feelings with few words can be just as impressive as well. So does he go with both of them? Oh. So in the end, he doesn't agree with me. I should have expected that. After all, my arguments aren't that good. And Natsuki's so much cuter than I am. Yeah, it did, didn't it? Aha! Shows how much you know. That's not... She keeps trying to irritate me in front of Level Engine. Does she want me to start yelling again? I'm not that kind of person. It was entirely her fault. Look, what we talked about yesterday was right. Writing is a personal thing, and sharing it can definitely be hard. It looks like we learned that today. Even small criticism can lead to something pretty heated. Sayori stands behind Level Engine, nodding in agreement. I wonder whose side she's on. She's been very quiet today. That's unusual. Yeah, so, you don't need to feel threatened. You're a great writer, Natsuki. Natsuki's all surprised. Why should she react this way if she knows that her writing is good? Thanks for noticing. She looks down, not saying another word. She should be happy to get some praise. She loves it. Yuri. I'm sure that Natsuki didn't mean everything she said. So you don't need to feel threatened either. His smile is so soothing. Just looking at him makes my heart flutter. All the hatred I felt seconds ago has been replaced with some sort of happiness. What is this? Well, if you say so. Hey! It's not like you need to apologize for me. Sheesh. She inhales and she quickly glances at me. And everyone stops staring at me. And I didn't mean it about your boobs, Yuri. Yeah, you're naturally beautiful, Yuri. Sayori? For some reason, this sounds too embarrassing for me to handle. Saying it in front of Level Engine. I'll go make some tea. I turn around, leaving everyone where they were before. While I open the closet to grab the tea set, I hear Sayori talking to Level Engine. Eh? I was just trying to help. I'm sure she appreciated it, Sayori. I shake my head. Of course I appreciate it, but it just wasn't the right moment. I put the tea set on the table and I take the kettle. I guess I need some more water again. Alright, let's get that water. What happened to the good mood of the club? This was both Natsuki's fault and mine. Not that I should apologize to Natsuki, but also to everyone else. Now he probably sees us as mean people. Ugh. I slammed my hand against my forehead. That was such a stupid thing to do. It was Level Engine's first day at the club and as a real member, and we managed to ruin it. I slowly walked to the nearest fountain next to the staircase. I put the kettle under the faucet and I let it fill up. Meanwhile, I go sit on the steps. I bury my face in my hands. That was so stupid. I probably hurt Natsuki too. Will she end up leaving me alone? I shouldn't have told her all those things. She's been trying her best to be outgoing and talk to Level Engine. I told her to wait and see how it goes with him, didn't I? Maybe what Monaco said was right. It was jealousy. I never felt that angry in my entire life, and seeing her destroy my reputation in front of him irritated me even more. But why would I be jealous? He's just a random person that joined our club, isn't he? But, is that what you call love? No, there's no way I'm in love with him. I've only known him for a day. And it seems like he doesn't really like me anyway. I chuckle. What am I thinking? I suddenly jerk my head up. Oh no! The kettle is overflowing with water. Just how long did I sit here thinking? I quickly stand up and empty out some water from the kettle in the sink. Phew. Time to get back to business then. Okay, everyone. It's just about time for us to leave. How did you all feel about sharing poems? It was a lot of fun. I hesitate for a second. If I ignore the little argument we've had with Natsuki, if it was pretty interesting to share poems, I'd say it was worth it. It was alright, well, mostly. Natsuki glances at me. The cold stare she gives sends a chill down my spine. Are we still friends? Level, how about you? I guess I'd say the same. It was neat to talk with everyone. Another poem for tomorrow? Level, ready to walk home? Sure, let's go. Sayori beams at Level Engine. I guess now's not really the moment to talk to him then. The two of them exit the club room waving at us, just like yesterday. They look perfect together. I'm definitely jealous. The club room's all silent now. I take a sip of my tea. In the end, I made too much of it. Nobody wanted to drink. Suddenly, Monica comes up next to me. Come here, Natsuki. What is it? I know this is none of my business, but I want to let you both know that these arguments are pretty common when you're friends, you know? So please, try to take it easy, alright? Level didn't have to see that. I'm terribly sorry, Monica. Yeah, me too. But it's all good. Make sure you two have a nice talk to settle everything, alright? So... is it gonna happen, like, right now? Is just Yuri and Natsuki in the room now? Do you want some tea? No thanks. Do you hate me? No, I don't. What you said still hurt me. All the things you said is making me doubt that we are. I stand there completely in shock. I feel a tear roll down my cheek. Natsuki, my best friend. I'm sorry. Without another word, I get up from my chair and I run out of the club room to the nearest bathroom. By the time I've entered, my sleeve was already drenched with tears. I sit on one of the toilets. I quietly sob into my sleeve. Of course Natsuki would react this way. I was so mean. I'm so sorry, Natsuki. So sorry. I rest my head against the stall. My breath feels uneven. I didn't cry for long. My throat hurts and my muscles feel tense. I take a few seconds to calm down. Just how can I apologize to her? I'm so bad at this. Serving some tea or trying to talk won't help me. I messed up everything. Yuri? In the bathroom? Why would you even... Oh, hey, did you actually cry? I look down, hiding my eyes from Natsuki's view. It must look miserable for her to suddenly change her behavior like that. I hear her steps get closer. Yuri, God, don't just sit in the stall like that. It's way too small. She grabs my hand and drags me out of the bathroom. Let's sit down for a little bit. Her voice is soft now. How can she be so soothing after our argument? This isn't right. Natsu, don't. Let me talk first. I sit down on the steps. Natsuki sits next to me. Our shoulders are touching. Why is she doing this? She takes a deep breath. Alright, so, listen, I'm sorry, Yuri. I acted childish and I realized I ended up hurting you. So it's just, haha. It's my job as a role model to show how you had to be responsible, right? After all this time we spent together, why would everything collapse now? Because of Level Engine. That'd be incredibly cliche. So, again, I'm sorry. It's just I've been going through tough times lately. I just reacted too quickly. But you said some mean things too, you know. I almost thought you hated me. Just because of a poem. That's ridiculous. Yuri? Don't tell me you're crying again, dummy. Sorry, Natsuki. Sorry for all those mean things I said. I thought you hated me. I rest my head against my knees. I start to weep. I can't even look at her right now. Suddenly I feel a hand on my back. Hey now, of course I don't hate you. God, stop crying, will you? It hurts to see you like this. Everything's fine now, see? It's all settled. Now dry those tears and come help me clean up everything in the club, alright? Of course I will. I've been thinking maybe he's not that bad. I've enjoyed his poem and that matters. I stare at Natsuki with a quizzical look. Hey, don't give me that look. He's just a friend, alright? Nothing more. I burst into laughter. Come on, I'm just teasing you. I grin at Natsuki. Yeah, it is getting pretty late. Probably gonna do part 2 tomorrow or something like that. Not sure when tomorrow though. Both back in the club room, drinking tea. I don't want to let this happen again. I glance at my cell phone, hoping for a text message from my mother. Nothing. I'm not really surprised. Suddenly, the club door opens and Natsuki proudly enters, tray in hand. There we go. I cleaned it all up by myself. Who's the dependable one now? You didn't even let me clean it, though. Sheesh. That doesn't matter. You owe me one. Again. She's already back to her usual teasing. I shake my head. According to you, I owe you my life, you know? Well, obviously you do. She winks at me and puts the tea set back into the closet. She snaps her fingers. I turn my head. Come on, it's already getting late, you know? Monica told us to close the club room, so let's not settle here forever. Alright, alright. And then we exit the room. Would you like to go and take a walk? Sweet! Natsuki's standing there waiting for me. Why are you taking your time? Come on, be a little more active. Natsuki, you do know this is who I am, right? We still have some time left, take it easy. I don't have that much time, you know. Someone's waiting for me at home. I look down. I'm happy for Natsuki. It must feel nice to have someone waiting for her when she comes home. I see then. Let's get going. I walk past Natsuki to the exit. Just a few days left and I'll probably see my mother again. Just a few more days. I suddenly turn to Natsuki. She stares at me with a quizzical look. Don't you think Sayori's been pretty silent today? No, I don't really think so. She was just probably tired, considering how often she oversleeps. Or she just wanted to be alone. Don't worry about it too much. Plus, she went home with Level Engine, right? So you'll probably notice if something's wrong. Is that so? Yeah. Don't read into it too much. Let's just go and enjoy our walk. Oh, so they go here. No, really, where do they get these CGs from? These are like some of the best. It's really relaxing. I sit down on the bench next to Natsuki. She looks out into the distance with a neutral expression. Natsuki? She doesn't answer. I think she may be lost in her thoughts. Is that what I look like when I do it? I chuckle a little. I take in a deep breath of the fresh air and I look around me. This is exactly the kind of place that inspires me. All this nature, this ambience created by the sounds, this cool breeze, it all feels so calm. I smile to myself when I glance at Natsuki. I should consider myself lucky to be her friend. Even though what happened today was quite an experience, it would be too hard to forget all the moments I've spent with her, all the teasing she's done, and all the hours we spent on arguing on whether manga is real literature or not. No, it was just funny to see you stay silent and think for a minute. Hey, that's my job. I'm the one supposed to tease you, you know. Anyway, what were you thinking about? Oh, nothing really. Are you sure? To me, it looked like you were intensely thinking about something. You can tell me if something's on your... I told you, I'm fine. That was just a little personal. Sorry about that. It's pretty clear that Natsuki's lying to me. A few minutes pass. What's that all of a sudden? Would you mind having a sleepover at my house tonight? Just to make up for what happened in a way? Some way of apologizing, you know? Oh, well that's problematic. I'm sorry if that sounded out of context and stupid. It wasn't my intention, so sorry. That's not a problem at all. It's just that I have to go home, so... Natsuki looks at me and sighs. You know what? It doesn't matter. I'll just call home later and say I'm at your house. Who wouldn't enjoy a girl's sleepover after all? I sigh with relief and I grin at Natsuki. Thank you! Without a thought, I put my arms around her and I hug her tightly. Hey, Yuri. You really are a child sometimes. Well, I guess I should thank you for inviting me then. But, you know, I'm really excited now. I've never been to a sleepover before. Are you sure that won't bother you? Of course not. I live alone at home, so that doesn't matter. I'll just lend you some of my clothes. Suddenly I burst out into laughter. For a split second I imagined Natsuki wearing one of my clothes. That would be ridiculous. God, stop laughing! It's not my fault I'm this small. Besides, you're way too tall. I'll just manage, don't worry, I don't need your clothes. Sorry, that was just too funny. I would've loved to see that in action anyway. Oh, so they actually did go for a sleepover at Yuri's house. I'm gonna just save the game here and then pick it up another time, because if I recalled correctly, Doki Doki New Eyes is about 10 hours long. Even bigger than Doki Doki Rain Clouds, which that alone was even bigger than Doki Doki Literature Club itself, so... yeah, this is like a huge one. So I'm gonna see you tomorrow, or maybe like the day after that or something, where I'm gonna continue live streaming this mod. Because then it might start to get really interesting. It already is interesting, but I'm just wondering when things are gonna start going off the rails and it's gonna get all sorts of messed up.